Well, we're past midsummer now. It's the first week of July, and for a lot of people here in Latvia or possibly in the Baltics, they're putting their foot on the brake and planting is over. But no. There are still lots of things you can plant. You can still get a great harvest between now and when we get our first frost, and beyond that actually. So in this video, let me take you through 10 things that you can plant, and potentially more actually, between now and when the season fully finishes. Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to our Latvian homestead. Today I'm out on the terrace. I've got my desk set up out here, and we've got the box of potential, or the seed box as it's known. I've got 10 things that you can plant. Actually, I've probably got more. Between now and when the season's fully over. And when is the season fully over? Well, probably when it's about -30 outside and the light fails, because actually the problem here is not really the temperature. If you're joining me for the first time, we're in North Latvia. It's 58 degrees north, I think about zone 5, and temperatures, well, today it's baking hot, it's +28. We've had temperatures over 30, in the mid-30s last week, and in the winter it goes down to -30. This is centigrade. Trying to think what that is in Fahrenheit, about -20, is it? And yeah, so quite extreme conditions, and it's always thought of as a short growing season, but I've managed to stretch it, and I've demonstrated that in other videos, to have a succession in the greenhouse to start with, and then we have our tomatoes and peppers and everything's growing outside, and then we can have a third succession taking us into autumn. So what can we do? What can we grow? So the first thing I think, which is a big favourite for Latvians, is beetroot. Loads of varieties here in Latvia that you can grow. There's these cylindrical ones. There's cylindrical as well, big round ones. These chicory, chigia. They weren't popular here, but I don't know why not. Goldeneye, the Egypt, Bonner, and I've got Bolt Hardy as well. Loads of different varieties. About 50 to 60 days to harvest. 8 weeks, so we've still got, if we get them in the ground now, we've got July, you can direct sow or transplant July, August, and in fact they're quite hardy anyway, so by the time they're established and we get our first frost here, potentially the last week of August, but really realistically mid-September, they're really well established and they can just keep growing, or you can pull them up as little ones and they're really nice in salad. But if you've already got your beetroot in, you said, well, that's it, we've got a bonus crop here, so I think beetroot's got a lot of potential, and it's a great storage crop as well. You can store it in the basement over winter. So that's the first one, beetroot. What's next? Oh, peas, yeah. People think of getting peas in the ground right at the start of the season. It's one of the first things you can get in. Very hardy, but there's loads of potential to plant them later as well. And what we really like here, again, loads of varieties. Ambrosia is really popular here in Latvia. Oscar, sweet, I think that's a sweet one. I'm not sure. Oscar might be a keeping one. Ambrosia is a sugar pod. We've got save seeds. We've got sugar snap pea variety. There's loads of varieties, but get them in the ground now. You should have had 2 or 3 successions of peas, not just plant them once and that's it. But if you can't get anything else, if you can't get the peas from them, you'll be able to get the flat pods and save them as mange too, or failing that, you will get the shoots, and the shoots are absolutely delicious. They taste just like peas. They're wonderful in salads, and it's a very, very expensive garnish in posh restaurants, but you can just bung a load of peas down in a spare space and just let them grow. Don't give them don't have to prop them up or anything like that, and then just pick the shoots off. My daughter absolutely loves them. We all like them really, but potential to grow that. And that's peas. Next is lettuce. if it's anything like here, you're probably finding your lettuce is going to seed now, and it's really high. We've had some extraordinary high temperatures over the last couple of weeks. We've been part of this European heat wave that you may have seen on the news, and we have we'll have 3 successions of lettuce. We have the early ones that almost 4 successions actually here. There's the ones I plant in the greenhouse. There's the ones I plant out in the garden. There's the ones that then go back into the greenhouse around the tomatoes. And now we're talking about a 4th succession of lettuce. Loads of varieties here, but I'll tell you about the ones that we really like. This mixed colour leaf, Lollo Rosso, the frizzy one, is very popular. Pear Art, which goes into a nice kind of head of salad. Paris Cos, kind of like a romaine type lettuce, and and then probably maybe a bonus one is called lamb's lettuce, corn salad. I can't remember the name of it in Latvian. You can get it here now. Some people class it as a weed. This is extremely hardy. If you see my other videos, you'll see I'm growing it through the middle of winter, right into the next year. Beautiful sweet leaves. You need to plant quite a lot of it to get a decent harvest. But if you want something green during the winter, in the darkest, coldest part of winter, lamb's leaf is absolutely brilliant. And we've got some saved seeds now, and I've got these seeds. I got them from the UK originally, but now you can buy them in Latvia and presumably the other Baltic states as well, Lithuania and Estonia. So next, so that's cabbage. Sorry, not cabbage, that is lettuce. Because I think cabbage is next. You're thinking cabbage? Surely cabbage is done. Oh, no. Right, cabbage. Let's talk about cabbage. Few varieties to consider. Now I've got this tundra variety, which by the name, if you know, I think it's the same word in Latvian actually, tundra. Extremely cold places. Very, very hardy cabbage. Once that's established, we'll get that in now, and 8 weeks or so, 9 weeks, that'll be fine. Again, we're battling light, not really heat with brassicas. Brassicas really like colder temperatures. They don't like being planted in early spring and trying to battle through the summer as we do. We have got some beautiful cabbages out there, don't get me wrong, but this is a great time to get cabbage. One variety you can get in Latvia is Polar by Kuzemes Sēklas. Again, more hardy. It says here plant in May, but you get it in the ground now, and you'll get, if you don't get ahead, then you'll get lots of leaves. So if you've got some space, then get them in. Now, Chinese cabbage. This is really the best time to grow it. Really doesn't like the heat, this one at all. So end of mid-July, get some seeds perhaps now into seed trays, and then get them transplanted out at the end of July. When the nights start to get a bit cooler, and this can survive through, and come September you get some nice Chinese cabbage. There is a variety here also. Technically this is a spring cabbage, but you can plant it in June. It's called Express, and it tells me it's Lua Diagoli, which means very quick growing. 60 to 65 days, 2 months, and you get some nice pointy spring cabbage. Beautiful in a salad, with some salt and sugar chopped finely in it. It's a really nice cabbage salad. Next one is on the same line of the brassicas. We've got the kales. My favourite kale is red Russian kale, or ragged kale. Extremely hardy kale. I love this. When the leaves are, if you've not seen it, I'll overdub some. I'll put some footage over us growing it, but it's got quite ragged leaves like this, and when they're small you can use them in salads. It's beautiful. And then obviously save it as kale, freeze it. We got our own saved seeds of this. You can't get this in Latvia, but if you're really desperate for it, and give me a shout, and I'll see if I can get some to you for friends in Latvia. Once you've got it and you save some seeds, you'll be thanking me forever. Really, really nice kale this is. Very pretty as well. Curly kales as well you can grow, and stuff like that. Kales, what else we got? What's next on the list? So that's 4, 5. Radish really don't like the hot temperature. Really great example of something that you can plant. See what we got here. French breakfast radish. So these are really quick growing actually, so you can probably, I'd give it maybe another couple of weeks till the end of July to start planting these. But again, plant them in succession, so you get, you can be eating radish right through till September, October. Hardy again. They get attacked by flea beetles at the start of the year anyway, so now's a brilliant time to get radish. But also we've got the round cabbage, radish, Radishi in Latvian, Cormond. These are all Cursum circulus, very good brand of seeds here. French breakfast 3, I've already shown those. Now we've got, and then we've got the long radish as well, and I'm including the daikon radish in this. Daikon radish, very popular in Japan, and they grow them in this time about July, and they grow really, really long white cabbage. And they ferment them, and we're really interested in this process. It's supposed to be a delicacy, so quite quick growing, and really great for drilling down into the soil to break it up. So it's a good, if you don't do anything else, it's a good cover crop. This is the, I've got rosemary. I don't know why I picked rosemary out. I think another variety of radish. Yeah, so we've got the vodka variety, Minoe Summer Cross, and the daikon radish. Sow in the field at the end of June or July when days start to become shorter, 50 to 70 centimetres. I don't take much notice of the growing spaces. I do that myself, work that out myself. Matures in 45 to 50 days. So plenty of time to get a good, again, stores really well in the basement. Bags of time to get radish in and get a nice radish harvest. So much potential. Next, turnips. Rātsini in Latvian. Excuse my pronunciation. You love it really, don't you? You love it when I talk Latvian. Rātsini. Now I've got another variety somewhere. This is the Pedrovsky and Goldania. Another one that doesn't really like the heat, and it gets absolutely battered by bugs early in the year. I'll show you what I always plant them early in the hope that I can grow some, but got hammered. But now the flea beetle are starting to disappear, and the other one that we get, so we can plant these again and let them grow into, again, these are all hardy, so we don't need to really worry about frost. Well, lettuce will take a bit of a hit on a hard frost, but that corn salad lettuce won't. I've got snowball turnips as well, like a golf ball kind of size turnip. So again, storage crop, grow it now, get it in the ground, and I'll be sowing some of these later today actually into seed trays, and then I'll transplant them out. Turnips. This is one which needs a bit of experimentation, but bear with me. I'm not sure you can get this in Latvia. Maybe you can. This is purple sprouting broccoli. Now, this is not really to get a harvest now, this year, but if you want a harvest of purple sprouting broccoli, you must plant it now, because it's a variety of broccoli. Now, what you're eating are the florets, the flowers, next year in spring. This will give you, if you think about that hunger gap that we get earlier in the year when we haven't got anything growing, this needs to be vernalized, which means it needs to have a cold winter to activate it, to make it grow flowers the next year. So it has to be sown now, and it has to survive the winter, which is the struggle here in Latvia. But I have managed once to get it to survive, and I think if I wrap it in the pleva, agricultural fleece, to keep it warm in our greenhouse, transplant it into the greenhouse. I think I can keep it alive and get it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We loved it when we were in England growing this. Growing, and we didn't really grow much there, but eating this purple sprout and broccoli from our local greengrocers. It's really, really nice. So it's well worth having a go at trying to grow this. Broccoli, that's purple sprouting broccoli. Running through these. What else have we got? Spinach. Big potential for spinach. Let's have a look. Spinach. Well, I mean, you know what spinach is, don't you? Yeah, spinach. Lots of varieties here. We can get Matador from Serklova. I think that's how you pronounce Serklova, which is a Lithuanian seed company. I've still got loads of seeds left over from the UK. I prefer perpetual spinach, which was a seed I bought with me from the UK, and I've now got saved seed because I've grown it and saved the seed. Perpetual spinach, you keep picking it and it grows around. Again, doesn't like the hot weather, so now's the right time to get some planted, and then once it's established, 4 weeks from now, the nights, it's the nights that are the trouble. It's not so much the hot days as the hot nights. Once the nights are a bit cooler, and we probably get a better balance of hot and it's not hot and dry, but we get some rain as well. They'll be okay. And again, that's something you could bring into the greenhouse. A lot of these things later on in the year, we put them into the greenhouse and get another success. I'm pointing over there because that's where it is. We'll get another succession in the greenhouse, and that is one that you could do. I think people leave. You need to be a bit more ruthless with your tomatoes and peppers. Once they're done, don't leave the one on there and take up that space, because that space you could be growing something else in. Yank it out. Well, cut it down and leave the roots in, and then take it out. What else can we do? We can look at herbs. Still time. Coriander. Coriander doesn't like the heat. It will go to seed. If you want coriander seeds, then you kind of should have planted them earlier and let them go to seed over the summer, as mine are. But now's the right time to get coriander in. Put it into a shady area, but with warm, and you'll get loads of coriander leaves. If you like the coriander leaves, you can then dry them like any herb, really. Also, of course, what else we got? Basil. If you've not got basil in already, you can still plant it now. And the great thing about basil is you can save a few, put it into a pot, and then bring it indoors into the kitchen and have it on the windowsill. We really like the where is it? The Minette. Again, Cusima Circulus, Latvian seed company. But the Minette basil, we have a few plants in a pot, and you pick a few leaves. And my daughter likes cutting them up when we do something like some Italian food, bolognese or something like that. But it will, if you see the picture on here, massive bushes you get from it. So yeah, loads of potential for herbs. I think that was everything I wanted to talk about. That's kind of it. So loads of potential. I go on about this word potential because that's what you've got to think about. In this box of seeds there's loads of potential for food and enjoyment, because food is for living, but it's also, the cooking element is to enjoy. There's probably other things, I can't remember them offhand. That's the kind of what I prepared. So don't rest on your laurels, as we will say in English. There's still bags of time to grow some food. I hope you found that useful. I'll put the list in the description below. If you've got anything else that I've missed, then put it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Are you hands off now, or are you fully on board with growing more stuff? If you're in Latvia, we're in the Baltic region, We always like to hear from our subscribers and people who watch our video. If you liked the video at any point, give us a thumbs up. Tell your friends, tell your neighbours, tell some random people in the street about what we're doing, and share it on social media. We'd really appreciate that. So I think that's it for now. I will finish rambling on, and I will say bye-bye for now. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and I'll see you again in another film soon.